So every single week this month, we're reviewing a book called Richest Man in Babylon. My name's Dutch Mendenhall, sharing with those of you who've been with us a long time, my tribe, and those of you who are new, this is your first video with us, well, welcome. So as building wealth over the years, I've always looked for answers. And a long time ago, I asked the wealthiest, the smartest men I know, I said, what books have you read? What books are important to you? What books made a difference to you? And he didn't say very many. But one of them he said was Richest Man in Babylon. And so I went and I read Richest Man in Babylon. I read it fast and I read it furious. And now I think it's always good to go back and do a review. I've been able to build a $30 million portfolio with my investors and my students. And so I want to share the things that help get me there so it can help you build wealth. I started with nothing, grew up from scratch, literally had 2 cents to my name, came out of college, was a baseball coach. So how did a man from 25 to 30 become a millionaire? How did a man from 30 to 40 years old build an empire? And so this book is one of those foundations. So one of the first things the book talks about is, who do you learn from? Who do you grow from? How do you get more knowledge, right? It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a parable about wealth building tactics, wealth building techniques that was sold to banks and sold to universities and schools and became widespread. And I don't know why it's not such an important book in youth today and those of us who build wealth today, but I think you got to look at the principles. One of the first principles is that money, paid attention to, money, when you have a moment to take a look at it and you learn about it and you understand it, it can grow. It's expandable. It's a resource. It's an energy. It's something that can help you in your life every single day. So that's one of your first lessons. One of your second lessons, though, is Richest Man in Babylon, right? So who do you learn from? I asked one of the wealthiest men I knew. I asked one of the smartest men I knew. I said, where do I learn from? I said, where do I expand my knowledge? Which I was actually using one of the principles of Richest Man in Babylon is that the man in the book wanted to know how to get more wealth, how to build more wealth. And so he talked to the richest man in Babylon to learn about it and learn from him. Number 3 is expand your ability to learn, your ability to earn, your ability to make money. If you don't make a lot of money now, then you have to expand your ability to make money. A lot of people say life's not always about money and it's not always about wealth. I agree with that. It's about family, it's about children, it's about God. At the same time, as you build wealth, it becomes an essential resource to everything we do in our daily lives. Unless you're going to go move into the woods, into the middle of nowhere, and you don't need money anymore, it's an essential resource. But even in that world, there's an exchange of goods, an exchange of commerce. Money is this fascinating relationship that you have, and it's a part of everyday life. It destroys more marriages, but it also builds some of the coolest, greatest things in the world. The Sistine Chapel was built because of great wealth. You think it's because of a great artist and a great mind. That's true, but he was paid to do that. You look at the Golden Gate Bridge. It's another one of those things. Without great wealth, without great money, without great projects and great works, those big things aren't built. Yes, there's natural wonders in the world, but there's non-natural wonders too. So as you build wealth, it's about expanding it. The next thing is as you have money, you've got to learn to separate the money that you give everyone else in the world and the money you give to yourself. This is a very important concept I'm going to drill down on a little bit today. And so you pay everybody. You pay the mortgager, you pay the banker, you pay the utilities, you pay the grocer, you pay everybody in the world money. But do you pay yourself? You pay the government, right? A lot of money. And that's important for you to understand too, because as you understand tax code and tax law, or you know someone who understands tax code and tax law, then you know how to pay a little bit less in taxes. But if you just pay everything, then you're paying too much. It's not what the government's asking for. They're asking you to use the tax code and the tax law the correct way. And so this is all about, how do we take the money that we give everyone else in the world and how do we give ourselves some money? Now, giving yourself money is all about, how do you now take that money and make that money work for you? Put it to work. Make it earn dollars and cents for you. This is about investing. We'll get deeper into investment lessons and how to invest and where to invest and how to look at investments later. But the reality is today's principles are very, very important. And so as you expand your ability to earn, as you look to mentors and you look to people to say, who do I learn from? Who do I build wealth with? How do you expand your mind? What's this relationship with money? And how do you pay yourself? These are all just important concepts I want you to think about. I think it's a great book. I'd love you to pick it up and read it. If you can get PDFs online, put some comments in there about things that you think are important to you from Richest Man in Babylon. We'll be back next week to share some more concepts from the book. Each week this month we'll do it. Each month we do a new book. I think it's one of the great books of wealth building in America, one of the great books of your mind and getting it to understand. Not everybody has this relationship done the right way. It's one of the books that took me to the next level. Look, we seek to give more, to share more, to have more people get more knowledge when it comes to wealth, when it comes to retirement, when it comes to legacy, when it comes to life than anyone else out there. We've been able to build it ourselves. We want to give it to you. I want you to like this video. I want you to share it with your friends. There's so many good things out there. We'll see you on the next video.